Hey, it's Milton Daily Homes. We are back with another episode. I have, I think, 15 properties today. We start off with a real humdinger, and it's at 279.9. Basically, entry point for freehold townhouses in Milton. So it's a three-story. It's 1051 square feet. There's two car parking in the driveway. A nice layout. I mean, we've seen these guys listed 289, 294.9, even in the last couple weeks. So at 279.9, it may be a bit of a mess inside. I'm thinking maybe that's why they priced it this way. I don't really know. I mean, if it's anything above average or even at average, I think it's fantastic. So this one is probably going to fly really, really quick. Definitely check that one out. 664 Thompson is at 379, 1,600 square foot home. And it's a semi-detached, and so inside it's a lot like the Croftside model for a townhouse, but it's a lot bigger, and obviously being a semi, so they've got some nice upgraded appliances, the glass corner cabinet, gas fireplace here, clean, simple. There's not a lot of clutter in this home, which certainly shows very well, and you've got a fenced backyard too. So the reason we talk about Thompson as being sometimes a situation where the value can change from being on Thompson. So here's how, if you've never been to Milton, you've probably never seen this, but there's these little streets that come off of this 4-lane road Thompson here. They're like these little half circle kind of things. You can't park cars on the curb on these because it's a fire hazard. So your company sometimes has to park on the side streets and then walk around if you don't have space in your driveway. So I believe it's this home right here. And so that's the drawback, is kids can actually play basketball here. It's a fantastic thing. Like, it's actually quieter than a lot of streets. But the traffic noise is the one thing, and then the parking issues are the two reasons why we find it's not always the best. It sure doesn't beat, I think, a quiet crescent or a little cul-de-sac or anything like that. So I do like this model, though. I think we've seen homes smaller than this one selling for around the same price. So they may have said, okay, we're a little bigger, but we're on the road. Maybe that's why we're pricing that way. It's in range for sure. So 657 Scott is at 379.9, and it's a Roth mill end. I think the Roth mills are about 1,900 square feet. When you come in, this is almost like having a finished basement above ground, so there's nothing below ground. They're on concrete slabs, okay? You've got your double car garage here, and you don't have a backyard. You've got a patio above the double car garage. There's your kitchen, and then over here on this side, so you've usually got balconies on both sides, but sometimes depending on the elevation, you only have one. I really love the look of this. I love the way it interacts with the pillows on the bed. That was excellent. Obviously, you don't get to keep the bed. Well, who knows? Maybe you write the pillow in the offer. And that's a perfect shot of how it looks. I think showing the double garage as one of your 9 photos is definitely a very positive thing. So you've got a patio up here and that there. So sometimes for a busy lifestyle, if you want that double car garage, you don't want a huge yard, these can be absolutely perfect homes with the end unit, and I think these guys are doing pretty well. I mean, 370, and these guys fly off the shelves, and they're not even end units, so I think they're the end unit is going to push them up. 1127 Houston is at 399, 999, and so you look at it, you say semi-detached 3-bedroom. There's no photos. Now it says it's less than 1,500 square feet, so normally, if it's less than 1,500 square feet with the semi, I would expect it to fall usually under the 375. It does look like there's some nice features here. They've got wrought iron spindles, laminate flooring in here. I'd hope for hardwood for the 399, but it's really hard to tell. So let's wait for the photos. Let's see what happens on this one. 919 Scott is at 440, and this is about an 18 to 1,900 square foot semi. It's a Mattamy built one. The name escapes me right now, but 440 for that size of semi. I mean, I think about, we've got one on Trudeau right now, and again, this is Scott, so they're both slightly busier streets. 1820 square foot detached hardwood floors, a lot of the same upgrades as this one, but ours is fully detached and we're at 434.8. So at 440, it's going to be a real battle for these guys to say, hey, look, we're a semi, but we're asking this much. That's getting close to probably the most a semi's ever sold for in Milton. Yeah, I mean, it looks nice. The decor is certainly, good in the home. I wish them luck. I think they're going to run into some challenges. 611 Sunnyvale is at 469.9. Double car garage. This is in the Bronte Meadows neighborhood. So nice 51-foot wide lot. 103. So the stuff in Bronte Meadows isn't usually 120 or 150. It's usually just over 100 feet. Inside, I like a lot of stuff. There's some great woodwork here. You can see all the wainscoting, all the trim, everything else. The kitchen, very neutral, very stylish. That might be a vinyl floor, but some people like vinyl. I think that vinyl has an advantage over ceramic because it's a little bit warmer on the feet. It's a little softer on your feet, and sometimes it responds better to cans dropping where ceramic can actually crack. So aside from any cosmetics, there's some real advantages from having a vinyl floor, but it's hard to tell from these photos. That could very well be ceramic. Okay, so you've got an eat-in area, overlooks the family, so there's a nice open concept feel with this home. There's some pot lights there, formal living room. You've got a basement down there, so it's a 5-level split. Great house for older kids because they really have a lot of places to escape to. They can play their Xbox, or they can read or watch TV or anything else. So the master with the pot lights, you've got the walkout level just over here, and then you get a pretty good sized lot too. So I'm a big fan of this one with the double car garage. There's a lot of really nice features that someone would look for in an old Milton house. So this one I think is gonna do really well. Roof, appliances, deck, pot lights, all these things that they've just done in the last 5 years. Okay, so Deacon is at 479,888, and so if I'm thinking of the right model, this is probably like 16 to 1700 square feet. You wouldn't usually expect a home that size detached to be selling up in this range. It's on a good sized piece of land. It's on a 108-foot lot. You come in the front door and you've got your dining room just off to the side, and then you get further in, you've got the kitchen and the family room. And again, more pot lights there. Look at that kitchen. I have a feeling what these guys did is they ripped out the builder kitchen and basically started all over again. So that is beautiful. That very well could push them well into the range. That combined with probably 20 or 30 extra feet compared to what the builders do, and they could be in good shape. Upgraded countertops here too. And the other thing that certainly is weighing strongly in the value is having a finished basement. Home this size, usually finished basement is hovering between $10,000 and $20,000. So all of that, the pattern concrete in the back, they may find themselves with a really good price on this home. 354 Inman Heights is at 529, and so it's 36-foot lot. So anytime you have a double car garage on a 36-foot lot, most of the home starts after you get past the garage. So these guys have done a nice floor here. The archway is the California shutters. Kitchen looks good. Very open concept. There's a loft upstairs. For some reason, the builders are loving putting lofts upstairs, and you still have 4 bedrooms there. Okay, wrought iron spindles, and 529 seems to me like the right price for sure. I think that one's like 2,300 square feet. So 301 pots. This guy's been jumping around a little bit. So I think they listed at 559, and then they dropped 20,000 the day after they listed, but it's been listed before, so that might have been an error on the pricing. So what it is as it's displaying, it's 539. It says immediate possession. There's more of a cherry colored floor. It's a Glenwood models, which means it's 2,572 square feet. I don't know. It looks okay to me. I mean, it's a similar model. The old version of the Glenwood's called the Newgate, and there was a really nice one that just sold for 535. So, I think they're in range too. There's a fair amount of competition right now under 550. Some really good homes, but These guys are probably where they need to be. So 746 Robertson, 610 Old Milton, probably one of the more desirable streets in Timberley and Old Milton. I would put this street definitely in the top 10 when I think about the streets in Old Milton that I would consider living on. And so it's just off of Childs there. You walk in. So this is kind of from the front door. You can see that this would be by the garage here, and then you've got the family room. To the left would be the living dining room. Then you've got the staircase coming up. There's 5 bedrooms. Okay, so that probably means 4 upstairs, and then you've got 1 down in the basement. Big open concept breakfast area. Okay, and then you've got the kitchen here, tons of counter space. Okay, so I think 610, I mean, comparing to some of the other stuff that has sold on Robertson, I think that these guys are probably in a good range. I think a 56 by 112 foot lot. First line is at 618. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 washroom. Just oozes charm. I mean, you can see this one here. The concern would be is if someone's looking to buy in the country, they may want a little bit more land than 0.25 acres, a 1/4 acre on this one. You've got this building, you've got the stuff in the back, so I don't know how much of a yard you'd actually have. It is zoned commercial though, so that's a big feature. Very impressive kitchen right here. So it looks like they've got potentially 2 kitchens. That's at least how it looks to me. And this definitely would be a unique kind of home, but what really excites me is the possibility of some commercial zoning there. That could really give people a lot of options. Okay, so Century Home, I like that. I like the dual use stuff. So 295 Holloway is at 639.9, 4-bedroom, 5 washrooms. So this is about a 2,300 square foot home, plus the basement downstairs. So they've basically put in the description about 3,500 square feet of builder finished living area. So the builder has finished the basement. There's hardwood throughout the whole house, travertine backsplash, granite counters. So you can definitely expect a really good looking home. Now there's only the 3 bedrooms upstairs. So when they talk about 4 bedrooms, it's 3 upstairs and then you've got 1 bedroom down in the basement. So it's a really nice model. It's a great floor plan. The kitchen's huge, and I'm sure this is a 10 out of 10 knockout. So wait for the photos. 792 sales is at 668. I haven't seen one of these probably listed in a couple of years. Very unique. Not a lot of backyard space. You are on the corner, so you get a bit of a front yard here, but that's your backyard. So the rest of the home takes up most of the property. And so when you walk in, now remember, your garage is off to the side, so now your main floor opens up, so you don't have to worry about the L shape around the kitchen, or around the garage, pardon me. So now you've got all these rooms that sort of spoke out off of this main area. And the kitchen looks good. They got those green apples happening. And so this leads towards the back. So there's a door here, there's a little courtyard where your backyard is. And they've done hardwood upstairs. Now, one of the things above this garage, there's this really nice peak ceiling there. It'd be a perfect home office. It would be a great nursery. And again, it's like having a finished basement above ground. So very nice. And that could be where they're quoting the 5th bedroom, but it's a fantastic space up there. Okay, so 928 Morris Circle is at 679. It's a Tothberg model, 3,300 square feet. Winding staircase off the entrance, hardwood floors. We profiled one yesterday at 639, and these guys are definitely bringing some fire. There's some nice looking stuff about this home. There's certainly some nice cosmetic features. It's on the good part of Mara Circle. The north part of Mara backs onto Hawthorne Village Public School, which in my eyes is a bit of a drawback, but these guys are not there. They set a premium lot, so it's 86 feet wide in the front. So it probably kind of reverse pies in a little bit, wide in the front, and then probably comes to a normal width in the back. So that's certainly a positive feature. Lots of space on the front for the kids to play. 5322 20th Side Road is the last listing for today. It's at 1.2 million, and I think it's about a 10-acre property. There is a house on it, and the real trump card here is that they have a letter signed by the escarpment or I think some conservation authority, the governing body, basically saying you're fine to build on here. So that is a fantastic thing, and yeah, they're going to do well because of that. 1.2 for that land. You know, when you think about what you can buy for 10 acres with a house on it, this one has a house too. I mean, I have seen stuff in the area that sells for less, so I'd be curious to see why this one would command a premium. I mean, it sounds like it's his unique property, but it doesn't give a lot of details. So that's the list for today. If you have any questions, give us a call. And we're running tours this weekend, so Saturday, Sunday. You want to book a time, just click over on that link there. And otherwise, we'll see you again tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes. Have a great day.